Right, Golf Shop Onliners, should we do some little overview on how to play the in-between wedge? So what I mean when you've got to hit a wedge, not flat out distance. So some things for you to bear in mind next time you're playing in-between wedge shots. First thing, play with the length of the club. Don't be afraid to move down the handle to help you hit smaller shots. And you can go all the way down subject to where you feel comfortable. This is me flat out. This is me bringing it in a bit of distance, bringing it in a bit more. And you feel, doesn't have to be regimented how far down you come. So I'm going to just come down an inch because I want to take, say, 10 yards off this wedge. Next thing I'm going to do is play with width for stance. So my flat out wedge might be a certain width. As I start getting smaller and smaller in my wedge, I'll get fractionally narrower just to help me make a reduction in swing. The wider I stand, the more I feel I can make massive turns and smash it. The more narrow I am with my feet, the more I feel I can play little kind of feely shots. So again, that's something for you to play with. Just bring in that stance in fractional amounts as you're trying to take distance off. Might allow you just to calm the length of your arm swing down, calm the speed of the club down. Because that's what you're doing. You're trying to control the speed that you're applying the head to that ball. Next thing I'm going to make sure I do with an in-between wedge and a full one, but certainly in between ones, is I'm going to start with more pressure on my lead foot. I'm going to feel, you know, up to 70–80% of pressure on my lead foot. And then as I swing, I'm going to try and keep it there because I'm trying to limit the amount of pressure shifts and movements, where in a full swing, I might be feeling like I'm really moving a little bit more pressure back and forward. With a short shot, I'm going to stay very centered with the ball and try and keep that pressure just on one side to get that strike nice and crisp each time. And then I'm going to play the same ideas with different lofts. So this is my 50, so I'm going to learn my patterns of short shots coming down the handle, playing with my stance, playing with my length of swing with a 50 as well as a 58 or whatever lofts I've got. And then I'm going to play with the length of my swing with how far, for me, my trigger, how far I turn my shoulders. So when my shoulders stop moving, my arms stop moving. So if I want to hit a small one, I'm just going to turn my shoulders a little bit. If I want to hit a fuller one, a little bit more. You could have clock face ideas, which is something that really resonates with students. I find lots of students get in a bit of a mess when you do that with them, to be fair, because they're thinking so much about where they should stop that they're not really focusing on that kind of distance. And I would compare it to, imagine if I had this ball and I was just going to try and throw it, say, into a bin in front of me. I'm not concentrating so much on how much I move my arm. It's much more of a visual kind of cue. I know in my head that my arm needs to move probably about there to throw it there. It's this kind of visual cue. So the more you can rely on that for your three-quarter wedges, having that visual cue, look, I can see this distance and it's about there, you find that those players are much better controlling distance. So get out there and practice how far down you come with the club, how much pressure you keep on your lead foot, how wide or narrow your stance goes, and then how far you turn your upper body back and through to try and find your distances, get them repeating. You're going to find that you hit your wedges a whole lot closer. If you want more great golf tips for free, make sure you check out the Golf Academy here at the Golf Shop Online, link down in the description.